Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new episode of the Drew Gamers Farm21 Let's Play. This is the final episode of the series. And so today's question of the day is, what have you thought of the series? And then this episode we have one more bonus dungeon, which is here at the back of the Chaos Shrine. And it's a very interesting dungeon. It's very difficult depending on how you go about it. So I'll explain it as best I can once we get there. I'm pretty sure I end up in a battle. Yes, I do. You touch that, and it says something about miasma. And a door has appeared. So we're in the Labyrinth of Time. Herein lies the Labyrinth of Time. The Dominion of... Oh. I read through it a bit too quick. So each floor is a puzzle, kind of like not to the point of, oh, make sure that you have 8 beavers in one room and 4 in the other, or picking up certain objects and stuff. It's like very specific puzzles. And on each floor, you have to go in and you have to sacrifice something to give you time in order to complete the floor. If you win it, you unlock a blue seal. If you run out of time, then you get a red seal. And the super boss at the bottom changes form depending on how many blue and red seals you have. And for this, I made sure to get every blue seal. And I had to go through this dungeon so many times because there was a few floors that I messed up on. So there's a treasure chest for this floor. There's a treasure chest that you need to open, a specific one, and you have to listen to the fairies to figure out which one it is. So she says the prize awaits in the bottom row, but then another one might say, oh, it's in the top row, when one of them's lying. And some of the floors in this are very, very tough. Do not bother looking at the top row, so we know that it's in the bottom row or the middle row. Second from the left holds your prize. So I thought, okay, well, maybe it's probably this one then. It would be unwise to search the center chest, so we know that for a fact, based on all those clues, that it's this one. So the blue seal is broken, so we can get out of here now, and we can go through the blue seal. But some of the floors, like, I don't do all of them. There's so many different iterations of it, and it's all dependent on how well you do in the floor, if you get the blue seal or the red seal, you might unlock a different set of floors compared to what I have. One of them I haven't done in this one. I think I did it during recording, and I wanted to make sure that I recorded each of the floors separately, or pretty much all of them separately, depending on how long they took me, because it was just a pain in the ass. And I had to re-record this episode like about 4 different times because I messed up a few of them. And one of them is you have to walk in march with some troops, and they will stop randomly at different points, and it's very, very confusing. So you'll be walking like that, and then they'll stop, and you have to stop exactly the same time as they stop, and then they'll keep walking, and then they'll turn around and do it the other way, and you have to do that without messing up. And if you run out of time during that, you have to fight battles while you're doing it as well. So that's basically what you're doing, like the stuff you sacrifice is holding back enemies. More enemies than what we're getting, because we get into a few battles, but not too many. But the miasma starts leaking through, and I think you start getting damaged as well, and more enemies start appearing. So imagine trying to walk in time with that and running out of time and stuff, and it's very complicated. So in this floor, we talk to this guy, and we have to watch as people walk past different creatures, and you have to answer his questions on what it is. So for instance, like, there's 10 things that have gone past, and number 9 is a broom. Number 6 was this and that. Which was the last in the line was the fairy. Number 5 was the elf, I think. Yeah. And then see, like, answer number 9, broom, came at number 9. And that's it. But you've got to have a good memory to do it, because, like, you know, you could get it wrong. So I did want to make sure that I did fight the hardest version of the super boss that we could. And I'll explain why once we get to it. But each form that you fight has drops a different piece of equipment that you can use, and each one takes up a different spot in the bestiary. But I only did this one. I couldn't be bothered doing all the different forms because it would have taken forever, and you have to go through this dungeon numerous times, and you got to make sure you get all of them wrong. You got to make sure you do all of them right. Get like 2 wrong and the rest right. Get all it's a pain in the ass. So this one, we have to walk through a maze without being spotted by dragons, and we have to open a specific chest that will then unlock the way to the seal. But then finding the seal is a pain in the ass as well. Because I think I got really lucky and was like, oh look, there's a chest there. And I think that is the chest that I need, but then it's just like, oh, well, I can't find where I'm going. And I think the seal is like, you have to go up and round and then down. But I couldn't find it, and I was walking around for a while. But then once you've unlocked it, all the dragons disappear. So it's not a super difficult floor. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's like back through here somewhere, and it's like it is anxiety inducing because you do have a time limit. And for this floor, I did remove my ability to fight, so it would have been a difficult floor. And then depending on what you give up, that's what determines what time you got. So I gave up the ability to just use attack, which gave me 8 minutes and 5 seconds. But then if you give up your ability to flee, it could probably give you like 12 minutes because you have to fight every enemy. So it's giving you more time for your sacrifice. Okay, there you go, yeah. I didn't find a battle. I didn't fight any of them right here. I ran away from every single one because Sterling wasn't able to attack. And it would have taken me forever to get through them all. You can see like how much time I have left. I had 8 minutes to start with, and now I'm at 3 minutes. There we go. There was another floor down. Some of them are just like, one of the floors is you have to activate all these candles or something, or all these devices, and there's like really hard enemies walking around, and you have to dodge them. And each floor you can give up multiple. You can give up one. You don't have to give up exactly how many it's saying. You can give up as many as you want. This is an easy floor. This floor, you will get to the end of it. You'll find the tablet, and it will tell you to follow the light. So you have to follow it exactly. If you walk off it, you'll end up in a battle, and you have to redo it. I'm pretty sure you end up in a battle, but I didn't fail it, so it's alright. Sometimes it can be really short, and sometimes it can be really kind of long, so I just got lucky in finding an easy path. There we go, and that's that one done. So that's another blue seal down. I do end up in a few battles, but you know, it's still an easy floor to deal with. What we got here? We got a Flood Gigas. I think that's a wrong name. I think that's another issue because that's not a Gigas. But this is probably the, I believe this is the longest episode. So my voice is going because I've recorded episode 17, 18, 19, 20, and now 21 back to back. but I wanted to make sure that I got them all done, because I just want to make sure that I can just edit them out, render them out when I'm ready. And as you can see, time's kind of changing as we're going through. It's going like the medieval floor, the original floor. Excuse me. So we're gonna give up. We can give up to 8 in this floor. So usually, when it tells you like how many you can give up, it gives you an idea of how sort of long the floor is going to be. It's not always the case, but generally, if you have the ability to give up 8 commands, then it's probably going to be a longer floor. You don't get. I don't think you get anything like for like doing a floor with 1 command. Like that has no indication of what it is. It's like you just have to get the blue seal or not get the blue seal. And you can give as much or little time to yourself as you want. So this is what was this one? I can't remember. Was this the maze? I think this is why I gave myself a lot of time. Yeah, this one's a pain in the ass. So you have to move stuff out of the way in order to get through. Even without the time running out, there is miasma on this floor. So for instance, you just go up to it, you touch it, and it'll move 1 step out of the way. So it's just a case of you got to make sure that you don't mess up the puzzle. I hope everyone's enjoyed the series, though. I'm excited for you to see the final bonus boss of the game. You want to make sure that you move this one out of the way, because you have to push this one down, then move this one out of the way. What have we got here? Just a blue dragon. It's an ambush. Not too bad. Nice, nice, nice. And the reason why you want to move that one out of the way, because you step on this button and it'll remove that. So we want to get past that force field. And now, because we moved him out of the way, we can push this one out of the way, and then we can just walk straight down. But that's not the end of the floor. The floor goes on for a very long time. And then once we've got past these, there's like buttons you have to press that remove obstacles, and then they turn back on. Or if you press a certain button, it will turn one obstacle off, but it will turn another one on. An undergrounder. Creepy. And this is where it gets a little complicated, because you have to really kind of rush through this, depending on, because sometimes you'll press a button and it'll activate something and you have to get through the path before it messes you up. Because it could come back on and it could block you from getting to where you want to go, and you have to redo like most of it again. So I'm trying to like remember how to do it, because I did do this floor before when I did do it the first couple of times. This was one of the floors that I always got, because it has a chance of selecting from like one of like 3 or 4 floors, depending on how you've done, if you've got red seal or blue seal. But then also within each category there is a bunch of floors that it could be as well, and it's just like, oh my god, because some of them are absolutely awful. So there I cut this bit out because I ended up doing it and I did it wrong. And I had to redo it again. I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to show you me doing it wrong. I need to keep this to a certain length. And I somehow managed to get it to just over 40 minutes. I think it was this one that messed me up. So what you have to do is you have to hit this button here to then hit the top one. And then you have to rush around and get down. And I think I did it wrong. So you're like, yeah, you can't get past that guy. So you have to do this, then that, and then, yeah, I cut it there. There, you have to do that really quick, and it doesn't last very long, so you have to get through it or you'll get screwed over. And that's another blue seal for us. So now we're in the Netherworld Crypt. Move to the next floor. This is an inner sanctum, so this is like the halfway point. And you can either leave or you can keep going. But if you leave, you have to start from the beginning again. And we're not about that. We're gonna get this done. So now we're in another Netherworld Crypt. That does count as a floor as well, I believe. I can't remember what floor we get here though. Like, no dash gives you a lot, but it's not worth it. And sometimes if you select one, it will stop you from selecting another one. So for instance, then we said no recovery items, and then if we select no attack items, it turns no recovery items off. Because it doesn't want to completely screw you over. It wants to give you a hard time, but it doesn't want to be completely broken about it. They want to make it fair on you. Can't remember what floor this is. There's just so many different variations of these floors. Oh, is this the one with the... Oh, yeah, yeah. There's like a bunch of... I think this is the one where there's a bunch of people. I could be wrong. And they'll come charging through. Is it this one in Statue of Faith? Oh, no, this is the... Yeah, no. This one's kind of annoying, actually. So basically, you... there's a bunch of statues of different types of enemies. So there's dragons, there's like soldiers and bats. And if you walk into them, you will get attacked. And it's dependent on your movement in which way they move. And you have to match the statue of that enemy with the other of its kind. They have to look at each other in the eye, and then they'll break. And I believe those types of enemies then disappear. So if you match the two bat statues up, then the bats will disappear. If you match the two dragon statues up, the dragons will disappear. And it's not super difficult. It's just a bit annoying because you can't always help being attacked by some of the enemies, no matter which way you push the statue. Like, there'll be like one enemy here, one here. If you push the statue up, then that will move down. And that'll move across and you'll just end up in a battle. I don't end up doing all the battles either, just like, I will cut them, obviously, because it saves time. So there's the dragon statue. And there's the bat statue. So he's just come down, because I moved that way. And you just have to push it. And then turn it the right way. God, my voice is really going. I don't know if it's going to sound like that on the actual recording, but to me it sounds really rough. So we're going to get in a battle with him, yeah. And him. There you go. So now the bats have gone. Now we need to do the dragon, and then we need to do the soldier. And if you mess it up, you just talk to the automaton. And he will sort you out with fixing it up. But you don't want to waste too much time. But you see what I mean, like when we did those floors in the other dungeons, like they're kind of more like this than just finding the stairs to the next floor. Which is interesting. Where is the... where is it? I can't remember. So he's just blocking it, just being a little punk. I can't remember what these were. I don't know if they were zombies. I was trying to stop him from touching me, but I didn't. And there we go. All the statues vanquished. And we did it with plenty of time to spare. So we can get the heck out of here and onto the next floor. Well, look how long it took me to get out of here, though, because I had 6 minutes left, and it took me another 3 minutes to find the bloody thing. But I think once you've done the floor, it's when you don't finish the puzzle in time. If you finish the puzzle and then you run out of time, it's okay, because you will... 28 minutes, Jesus. You have still unlocked the blue seal. Netherworld Crypt, where are we going now? Is this the one with the, I think this is the one that I was thinking of. Because we don't have that many floors left. I can't remember how many floors you have to actually do. I think I went the wrong way there. Yeah, so this guy will provide you with a bunch of gil, and you have to talk to the correct people and work out how to spend exactly every piece of gil by talking to these people, and they'll sell, oh, I'm gonna sell you a flower for this much money. And there's a certain way you have to do it. You can't just go up to them and buy it. So you can't, like, spend too much. So you got to talk to the right people and you have to note it down. You don't have to note it down, but it gives you 500 gil. And you have to spend exactly 500 gil. And then you'll complete the challenge. So I went, basically talked to everyone that walked past us. And they will tell you, like, oh, well, I want 220 gil for that. He wants 100 gil, so that's like, you know, that's 320 gil already. And if you talk to the wrong people, they will, you'll get into a battle. And she wanted 15, so some of them only want a little bit, some of them want a lot. So it's just a case of who you want to do. And I basically had it on a notepad and I was writing all these down. And I was like, okay, I need to do maths as I'm going. Just to make sure that I had the right amount of gil. And I needed to talk to the right people. I think I talked to her and I think she was a battle, yeah. Because there was a girl that looked like her. And I just talked to the wrong one. I think it's her. No. So now... talk to him. That's 220. And then I'm like, who else do I need to talk to? He wants it for 90, so that's 310. 340. $350. $110 there as well. think, was that it? Or is there one more that I need to sell to? I can't remember. Yes. There we go. Now we just need to find the exit, and we'll be on our way. I can't remember if that was the last floor or not, but I know that was one of the last floors I did. Was that the last floor? Yes. Maybe? Can't remember. Yeah, so space in time. So this is where the super boss is. So I got all blue seals, so we will be fighting the most difficult version of the boss. And I believe those, I think they're recovery pots. I can't remember exactly. You have done well to come this far. This entire labyrinth is an illusion I created to lure those bearing powers such as yours. Know that you stand before the ruler of countless ages, the Lord of Time. Across the eons, several mighty warriors have stood before you as... okay. So this is Chronodia. And it's a very, very creepy boss. It's an amalgamation of multiple bosses like Malaris on it, Kraken's on it, Lich, Tiamat, Chaos, I believe. And I think no matter which variant you fight, the woman at the front is always on it, is on the orb, and then the orb and her are there. But then, depending on how well you do, you'll fight different variants of other pieces being attached to it, and it's really, really just creepy. But this is the hardest version because it's got every single piece of other bosses on it. And it's kind of like Chaos to a point. Very similar to the Chaos fight. It's not that hard. Chronodia will block you I think it's every 3 turns. I can't remember exactly. It will block one of your commands, and you have to wait for it to unlock again before you can do it. So for instance, I think the first time it blocks something, it blocks attack, so I can't do any attacks to the boss. But it gives me a chance to like stack up all my stats and stuff and boost my attack, defense, and evasion as much as possible. Heal up and, you know, all that good stuff. And so, like, yeah, you can come through this dungeon numerous times. You can find all the alternate versions of Chronodia, and it'll fit into different spots in the bestiary. But I just wanted to make sure that I fought the most difficult version, which was a pain in the ass to do because I had to get a blue seal on every single floor. And it took me a long time to do that because some of them floors are just awful. And I got really unlucky with, like, what floors I did and how long they took me, because sometimes it didn't take me long at all. Like the floor with the dragon, where we had to avoid the dragon's gaze. I've had that one before. Okay, there we go, seal. So now it sealed one of our commands, and I'm pretty sure it sealed attack. I did that dragon floor numerous times, and it was just... Sometimes I got lucky, like I got the first chest that I came across. Sometimes I didn't. I got spotted by the dragons, and it wasted a lot of time. So now I got attack. But it doesn't mean I can't boost up my characters. I think the main thing about this boss is that it's just it's kind of a tedious boss fight just because it does seal your commands away. And you've got to just wait for it to come back. But you got to be careful because if she seals your magic away, you're going to have to rely on items to heal up. So just remember that. If you have been playing long or you intend to play Final Fantasy 1 in the future. It does do a lot of damage. And even then, with all this, the like stacking up of tempers and stuff, and Giant's gloves to use Saber, Stilling's only doing 2,000 damage, whereas to like Shinryu is doing like 5,000 damage. Okay, so what's been sealed now? It might have been magic, actually, from what I remember. Oh, no, attack again. Lovely. See what I mean? This is like the main reason why it takes a while. The overall boss fight's not that difficult. It's just the same strategy as like all the other bosses we fought, so it's fine. And I don't think Chronodia's ever appeared in any of the Final Fantasies. It might, for all I know, it might be in Stranger of Paradise, because I haven't played it at this point. It's still in the Rapid at the minute. And that's why everything's kind of messing up in Stranger of Paradise. But from what I understand, obviously, like, Kronos is Zeus's father. So, Chrono. And then Dia means day, but it also means divine being in, like, Greek mythology. Specifically females, I think. And so I think that's what it means, like, time divine. So I think time divine. I think that's what they're going for with it. It's like a divine being of time. Basically, that's all it means. And I can't remember exactly how much health she's got, but this form has the most. It might be like over 40,000. But again, it's not too bad once you start stacking up your attack. 3,035 damage. In a combination, if you've got like multiple physical attackers on your team, you're alright once you start stacking up Temper and Saber. The most annoying thing about it is that you have to get hit by Seal. You haven't got... there's nothing you can do about it. It's just going to block one of your commands off for whatever number of turns. So now item's gone. But make sure that... obviously, another thing is make sure that your healer has enough MP in case your magic does get sealed. That's another big factor I forgot to mention as well. Because you don't want to be stuck in a point where you can't heal up your characters and they've run out of MP. So make sure your their MP is constantly recovered as much as you can. Like right now, she's got 293, so she's fine. But it's in case, like, you know, like if you're not as high a level as I am, or you've used too many healing spells already, it can really screw you over. But it is really creepy. Like, it's just like all of them are just like melded into it because they mess with time basically. So they're just all like melt, like Chronodia's sort of fused them to itself, and it's really creepy looking. What have you sealed this time? Items again. Okay, that's fine. We're alright with that. We can just do Healara for a bit less MP. I always like that when the enemies use Thundaga, it moves up and down your characters. I think that's really cool. It's a nice little effect. That's it. Oh, that's really freaky looking. It's just like... Frederick killed it. Frederick got the killing blow. We got 1 experience, 1 gil, and you get the barbarian sword for doing it, for beating that version of it. I can't remember what the other prizes are, but I might put them up on screen. I am floated times up. I can come to no end. And that is the Labyrinth of Time. Done. And that is the final enemy we're gonna fight in this game. Oh, the barbarian sword is more powerful than the ultimate weapon, but I don't really show it off or anything. Leave the Labyrinth of Time? Yes, please. And it took me 1 hour and 6 minutes to do all that. That's just to give you an example of like how long it took me. I fought 32 battles. Ultimate Seraph, I don't know what that means, but you know. A lot of the time chamber. So I think what the time chamber does is it lets you revisit floors you've already beaten. So it's kind of cool. Try and clear them all. But that is it. We have beaten Final 121. We've done the main game. We've done all 5 bonus dungeons of the 20th Anniversary Edition. I hope you enjoyed the series. Let me know if you did. And for one final thing, we're going to rest at the inn one final time. Down in Cornelia, where the journey began. And our Warriors of Light deserve a long rest after their phenomenal journey. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you in the next series. Bye, everyone.